Welcome to the Rapid Change Matters Rapid Fire Question Round. 2 minutes to expose the attitudes, beliefs, recommendations and perspectives of all things change work. My name's Howard Cooper and I'm joined today with, give us your name and what you do.
I'm Laura Spicer and I'm an NLP consultant and trainer.
Thank you, Laura. Your time starts now. What's the worst advice currently being given out within the world of change work?
Well, and I'm sure you'll sympathise with this, Howard, there are people out there who think it takes years of intense therapy to change, and honestly, you can make the desired changes very fast.
If you had to reread one book about change work 100 times, what book would it be?
Well, it might come from a whole other place. I think I would reread all the Carlos Castaneda books because, for me, they have fantastic wisdom in them, and they have been as much of a guide to me as my NLP training.
If you could have a personal one-on-one session with any therapist or change worker, past or present, who would it be?
It would be C.G. Jung. Not because I'm a Jungian by any stretch of the imagination, I'm an NLPer, but I think he was a fascinating man. And I love his work with the sacred and with dream work.
Can you think of a concept or an idea that you used to believe was true but have subsequently changed your mind about?
Hundreds of ideas that I've changed my mind about over the years, thank goodness. And I'm a great believer in being very quick to change my mind when I get new data and I realise something better.
Knowing what you know now, what advice would you give to your 20-year-old self?
Chill out, listen to your own internal dialogue, check your own internal movies, and most importantly, keep your eye on the prize. Face yourself in the right direction and remember where you're headed.
What is the most successful change work related result you've experienced on yourself?
Well, the most successful was when I first realised I was talking to myself inside my head. And I discovered that on an underground train in London as I was travelling home from my first NLP course, and I heard my own internal voice say, "You've changed your mind." And I heard the ambiguity, and I realised that my mind had been changed. I burst out laughing, freaked everyone out in the carriage, and I've never looked back.
Most important belief for a change worker to have?
The client you're working with has all the resources and will and is able to make positive changes. You've got to believe that more than your client.
What do you believe is the biggest misnomer people have about the work you do?
Well, it's to do with the voice work I do. I think a lot of people, particularly hypnotists, but anyone who speaks to anyone else, whether it's your wife or your colleagues, your voice carries the message, and it's more important than the words that you say, because the tones and tunes that you use, the way it sounds, is what is going to have the impact on the other person's emotions first and foremost. Everybody should do some voice work. It will change the way people respond to you in every part of your life.
Time! Thank you, Laura. And to hear a bigger, fuller, more in-depth interview with all things Laura Spicer, along with detailed interviews with other leading therapists and agents of change, simply visit rapidchange.works.